This is Rafael Collazo of Race Podcast, and episode 146 of Race Podcast, which you can hear at racepodcast.com and on iTunes at Race Podcast. We talk about what the NFL and specifically what Nick Foles teaches Latinos. Now, for those that don't follow sports, this is not a Latino sports talk a podcast, even though it could be. Much respect to my homies at LatinoSportsTalk.com, and of course, you can find Latino Sports Talk on iTunes as well. But in this case, this is really a life lesson, specifically for Latinos. Nick Foles is a guy that was expected to be sort of a backup, maybe fringe starting quarterback, but he really sort of blossomed this year. And so one of the lessons of Nick Foles that's come out of his phenomenon in Philadelphia, team I represent, Go Birds, is that the fans have really sort of been in denial much of the season about how well he's played and kind of talked about what is wrong with him. He's too slow. A lot of excuses for why they should not believe what's plainly in front of them, that he's a very solid starting NFL quarterback, if not even better than that. And so they keep pointing out his faults because on some level they don't want to believe his strengths, what they're seeing plainly in front of him. Because he was slotted, because there was a perception at some point in his career that he would not be able to achieve greatness. And so this happens to us. We oftentimes, too oftentimes, get slotted in life. Not by ourselves, sometimes it's us, but oftentimes it's society, family, teachers, a former boss, a former coworker, a former colleague, friends, that sort of slot us for whatever reason, because of what we look like, our backgrounds, our accent, our size, our hair texture, our color, our personal style. A lot of people don't believe Nick Foles can be great because he looks awkward playing. They call him Napoleon Dynamite in Philly. And so these kind of perceptions, where do these slots come from? Where do these perceptions of what you're great and what lies in you really come from? And have you believed the slot in your life? Are you sort of succumbing to it, accepting it, sort of accepting these narrow sort of paths which don't really correspond to your hopes and dreams and certainly your talents? And so the first lesson here is you don't believe the slot. Don't accept the slot in life. Don't accept what others assume you can achieve, because only yourself knows what's in your heart, what are your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. You have those dreams for a reason. You have those aspirations for a reason. God's not teasing you, as we often say here at Race Podcast. Latino talk that informs, inspires, and entertains. And the other lesson here, so don't believe the slot. Don't believe the hype. The other lesson here is, Nick Foles isn't just achieving because of his natural talent. Nick Foles is not overachieving or achieving great heights this year because he's ignoring the haters. That's a part of it. But he's taken on the responsibility and challenged himself to get the most out of himself and his ability. And so he's going for greatness and going really to be all of who you are. Just being all of yourself requires responsibility on your part. The work ethic, the confidence, the accountability to hold yourself to actually achieve these things. And so, don't let society slot you. You're not the third round pick in the draft of your life, as we often talk about. The other analogy of you need to be the leading man and leading lady of your life. You need to be the Halle Berry, the George Clooney, whatever leading man and leading lady in particular you vibe with. Thank you so much for joining Race Podcast. You can hear the full podcast on our website, of course, as well as on iTunes, Race Podcast and racepodcast.com. And there'll be a full blog, which you can also read at racepodcast.com to go with this podcast. Peace.